Well, today I want to talk about some different tools. Given that yesterday we kind of got off on the whole cordless modern technology thing, I want to bring to your attention, these are some old tools that I got out of the basement of my grandparents' home right after my grandfather had passed away and before my grandmother left. This is a brace. This is a brace. And it accepts an auger, which in modern parlance we would probably call a drill bit. All of these tools I'm about to show you are in a fairly sad state. They were pretty much like this when I procured them out of the basement many years ago, and I've kept them indoors and out of the elements. But as you can see, there's a certain amount of rust and patina that has accumulated over the years. I have used one of these when I was in high school, and I just got this down and kind of wiped off a few of the cobwebs and realized that it has a function here that when you want to drill, it locks into place. If you want to unlock it, you twist this around this way, and then this will ratchet in one direction so that you can drill down without having to go round and round. Say you're in a tight spot and you just want to ratchet this, and now when you flip this around the other direction, now it's a solid, just like any drill, and you just go roundy, and as you can hear, it squeaks and it needs some attention. And maybe one of these days in the future, I may make a video where I give it the needed attention that it deserves, bring it back to usable condition, maybe go down to the local flea market, see if I can find me a few bits to go in this brace. And so there's that. The next thing is a much more simpler tool, a DrawKnife. And as you can see, it has quite a bit of patina and age and character, both in the handles and in the blade itself. Now, I'm not sure what the depth of this blade was when it was new. It seems awful thin at this point, like it doesn't have a lot of material. However, believe it or not, it still has a pretty decent little edge on it. And if you were working with very soft wood, unless you hit a knot or something, that would probably do a pretty good job. Although it probably does need to be, obviously needs to be cleaned up, oiled a little bit, put a finer edge on, although it's not bad. And there's no pits or grooves in it. Like I said, it's in pretty good shape. Now, I haven't been able to find any markings to determine branding or whatever. And maybe at some point, if we clean these handles off or we get down here and clean off the blade, there could be a maker's mark somewhere. Like there's some sort of a mark. Can't really see it, can you? There's some sort of a little mark right there that looks stamped. You know, it doesn't look like it's a goober. So once we clean these up at some point, we may determine the make. I doubt we'll ever figure out what year they were made, but we might be able to figure out who the manufacturer was. A couple other items I got that I'm very interested in restoring at some point, or at least trying to bring back to somewhat of a usable fashion. I have this smallish block plane, and again, I've looked all over its surfaces. This one has a grooved bed, and I'm not familiar enough with the equipment to decide exactly. I just killed a bug. I'm not familiar enough with a block plane to decide why this particular one has grooves. I'm assuming to allow the shavings to depart without creating a friction. But that's an assumption. But anyway, here's the small one. And as you can obviously tell, it has an enormous amount of patina and rust. Although the parts do seem to still move, you can still release this, and that takes the tension off of the blade and allows you to pull the blade out. And again, it's old. Older than me, that's for sure. But again, I can't find a branding or a maker's mark or anything of that nature on here. But at some point, we maybe get some emery or high-level steel wool or something, maybe work some of this down. We don't want to get too abrasive with it and you know, take any material off. We just want to relieve some of that patina and maybe get down to where we might be able to find a stamping on here or something. But there's that. That's a small one. And then there's this medium. And it may not appear that they're a difference in size, but they are. If I hold it like this, you can really see the difference. See, when I hold that close, it looks roughly the same size or even bigger. But when you actually put them side by side, you can sort of see that there's a difference in width. And again, this one has the grooves, and this one has a smooth surface. All of the moving parts are pretty much the same. This one doesn't have quite the buildup on it that the other one has as far as the rust and what I like to call age and patina. Because like this used to be red and now it has patina or gray. But again, this one has a smooth, or it should be smooth. It needs to be worked down a little bit with some steel wool, put a little time into it, oil it up, sharpen the blade. These come in real handy. And ironically, as the world turns and the earth gets ever older and dinosaurs die off, molten lava turns into rock, most things become obsolete. They tend to come back around again, just like reactivated volcanoes. And now a block plane a good block plane is outrageously priced. I mean, last time I looked at, a really good one was several $100s. Well, this is a hand tool. It's not like a high-tech, composite material, wires and motors and whatnot. But these are the tools that built America back in the day. Just wanted to share these with you and let you know that some of us still try to hang on to some of our heritage a little bit. And my grandfather, I know, put these tools to quite a bit use from time to time. And hopefully one of these days we'll get these restored back to working condition and find some project that, if nothing else, we'll get us a piece of pine or whatever and run down the edge of it and see if we can't square it up a little bit. But in lieu of anything any better to talk about today, I figured I would get these off the shelf and show them to you a little bit. And maybe one of these days we'll get these old tools out, clean them up a little bit, oil them up, get them back into serviceable condition, and see what we can do with them. And in the interim, we thank you for watching. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. And if you like it really well, feel free to subscribe. And please tune in again.